Why is this something you can type? I suppose we're really at the mercy of those who are technologically savvy, for better or for worse. At first glance, this symbol seems to be some sort of doodle, drawn by a child bored in school or someone listening to a conversation on the phone or computer, trying to find something to keep them stimulated. It seems like it has no order, and if you continue the pattern, theoretically it has no end. The typable version has 7 eyes, 2 on top of 3 on top of 2 more. Is it right to call them eyes? It sure is, as the reason that this symbol exists is due to historical symbolism. You see, the average person many years ago was pretty creative. Imagine writing down the word eye and putting dots in the middle of the spaces in the letter E to make them look like eyes. Great! Now, keep in mind that the word for eye in Slavic languages like Russian, Serbian, and Ukrainian is oko. As you can imagine, sometimes people who wrote the word oko, or ochi, meaning eyes, a lot, probably wanted to spice up their writing. So, they decided to start making the letter oz in their writing look like eyes. Now, that explains this, and even this, but what happened here? Did someone get too ahead of themselves? It turns out there was actually a logical reason to write down this letter. Have you ever heard of the biblically accurate angel? Well, long story short, the cutesy angels that we know and love were actually described as some sort of many-eyed seraphim in various religious texts, which makes sense. If they come from a higher consciousness than humans, then they probably don't look like humans. Anyways, one of the people who was copying down a part of the Old Testament, or Tanakh, decided to write down the phrase many-eyed seraphim in their own language. In their language, which was Old Church Slavonic, the phrase many-eyed seraphim was written as Serafimi mnovo očite. Of course, whoever wrote this down couldn't simply write Serafimi mnovo očite. That would be too boring. So they decided to write it as Serafimi mnovo očite. Whether this helped or confused readers, that's up to you to decide. Also, the version he wrote has 10 eyes, where the typable version only has 7. The symbol is called the multi-ocular O, which ironically just means the many-eyed O. I really hope that this is a multi-ocular video.